Hey there pretty people, and welcome back to Such Pretty. Today I have a first impressions mini review for you on the BATALASH palette for Saucebox Cosmetics. I'm also wearing my glasses today because my contacts started really irritating my eyes, and I figured I might as well just take them out, be safe, and just pop on my glasses, so that is why I am wearing them. I also have some important information for you guys at the very end of the video, so if you can, please stay tuned to the end, and let's get started. The BATALASH palette comes packaged inside of a cardboard box, and the box looks exactly like the packaging of the palette itself. As you can see, it's a light purple lavender color with silver foil and the BATALASH name for Saucebox Cosmetics and the art commonly found on Saucebox Cosmetics packaging, along with the diamonds typically found in the BATALASH name. On the back side of the packaging, as well as the box, you also have the BATALASH name, diamond decals, names of the shades that are found in the palette, as well as your ingredient list. The palette also includes a mirror. Unfortunately though, because the packaging is made of cardboard, the mirror does not stand on its own. Inside the palette you get 8 shades, 5 of which are matte, and 3 that are shimmery. And the size of the eyeshadows are actually pretty decent too. Each of the eyeshadows is 4 grams, which is actually bigger than a sugar pill eyeshadow. You can see that compared to the sugar pill eyeshadows and the BATALASH eyeshadows, they actually seem pretty similar in size. But like I mentioned with the Saucebox BATALASH eyeshadows, you're actually getting 4 grams, whereas with the sugar pill eyeshadows, you're getting 3.5. There are still palettes available on the Saucebox website, and it's going for $60. I realize that price seems a little steep, but when you consider how much product you're getting, the price is actually a pretty good deal. So onto the eyeshadows themselves. As you can see, you have 4 neutral tones here on the top of the palette and 4 more brightly colored eyeshadows here along the bottom. So the colors starting on the bottom, you have Enigma, Electro, Popper, and Nova. And here on the top you have Vanilla, Winter Brown, Cinnamon, and Lace Noir. What I really like about this palette is that there's a great mixture of neutrals and bright colors. Another thing I really like is, see these little holes here? If you'd like to depot your eyeshadows from their palette, so it's easier for travel, for putting all your eyeshadows together in Z palettes, whatever you prefer, these holes here will make it so it's easier to take out your eyeshadow from the palette without the potential of breaking your eyeshadow or damaging it. So let's go ahead and do some swatches for you. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the bottom 4 on the back of my hand. And just so you know, there is no primer on my hand. I'm just going straight from the palette to the back of my hand. So the first shade I'm gonna swatch for you is Nova. Just a little swirl here, and then I'll just do a swipe. And as you can see, it's a really pretty plum kind of maroon purple color, really shimmery, and it's really fine milled. And as you can see, it's also nicely opaque. The next shade I'm swatching is Popper, and it is a matte, kind of muted turquoise. And it's excellent if you love bright colors like me, or for a pop of color. This one is also finely milled, and of course opaque as well. The next shade I'm going to swatch for you is Electro. And on the back of the hand here, this shade is a nice shimmery chartreuse color. It kind of reminds me of a more toned down version of Urban Decay's Thrash. I like that it's really shimmery. This shade is definitely more opaque than Thrash though. The next shade I'm going to swatch for you is Enigma. Again, on the back of the hand. Let's see, here we go. This color is a really pretty rusted kind of orange color. It's got some nice copper tones to it. It's really, really shimmery. I absolutely love how opaque it is. And these bottom 4 shades are definitely my most favorite in the palette. And I know on top of an eyeshadow base, like a white base or a black base, or even just alone on an eyeshadow primer, that these would just pop beautifully. Now it's time to swatch the top row. The first shade I'm gonna swatch for you is Vanilla. Vanilla is actually a perfect name for this because it's a nice kind of cream vanilla color, almost like an ivory shell. And this would be super pretty on the brow bone, or even as a light matte highlight. The next shade I'm going to swatch for you is Winter Brown. And this is a really nice light brown color. It kind of reminds me of coffee with creamer in it. It's a matte shade. All four of the top shadows are matte. I feel like you can kind of see it better in camera, but when I look at it in person, I feel like it blends more into my skin tone. This shade would be really pretty as a transition shade to help blend out some of your colors. I'll probably stay away from this shade a little bit because, like I said, it kind of melts into my skin tone, but for people who have lighter skin than mine, definitely a gorgeous shade. The next shade I'm going to swatch for you is Cinnamon. And this color is more of a kind of rusted brick or red color. It's similar to Enigma in the sense that they both kind of have like that rusty, rustic kind of shade to them. This shade is matte, so it doesn't have the copper tones that Enigma does, but it's definitely a gorgeous reddish brown. And the last shade I'm going to swatch for you is Lace Noir, and it is a matte black. I feel like this one isn't as opaque as the other shadows are. I feel like this one would definitely perform much better on top of an eyeshadow base or an eyeshadow primer. The same with Vanilla actually. These two shades, they're really pretty, but I feel like they would just do much better on top of a primer. You can definitely make these shades as well as the other shades in the palette more opaque. And that is it for my first impressions on the palette, you guys. The palette is still available on the Saucebox website. It is also limited edition. So once these palettes are gone, Saucebox has said that the palette is done for good. So I definitely recommend snagging it while you can. Again, it is also $60. I realize that sounds steep, but you're actually getting a pretty good deal out of it. So thank you Samantha, Angela, and Dominique for collaborating with Saucebox. The palette is absolutely gorgeous. I hope you guys do more collaborations with more makeup companies in the future, or if you do another collaboration with Saucebox. This palette is absolutely gorgeous, and if you do it again, I am definitely on board for your cosmetics. And now for my quick announcement. I've only uploaded one video last week, this week, and I'll only be uploading one video next week. As most of you guys know that I am in the process of moving. A lot of my makeup is packed up. My whole house is packed up. I just said goodbye to some family yesterday who had come out to help me and my husband pack up our house. And so after the video that I will post next week, I won't be posting anything for 2 weeks since I'll be in the process of moving and getting my makeup room set up, and of course waiting for the internet to come back on. And once I'm all set up in Vegas, I will definitely be able to work on the Such Pretty videos, blog, and Instagram much more consistently along with Kaylee. And another bonus to moving to Las Vegas is that I'll actually be closer to Kaylee, so her and I will be able to film videos together a lot more often. So thank you guys so much for sticking around through this bumpy patch we're having. Kaylee will definitely be uploading videos while I'm away, so you won't be completely without videos. And I'll definitely still be kind of posting a couple of makeup looks on my Instagram before I'm officially on the road. So again, thank you guys so much for sticking around. We both super appreciate your love and support on our entire makeup journey and adventure that is Such Pretty. If you like what you saw here today, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to have you here for future videos. And until next time, guys, I'll see ya!